If you hate your job, if you feel like you just cannot influence others, and you're terrible at sales, or maybe you're contemplating a sales job, or perhaps you're working in sales now and you're excellent at what you do, but you've hit a wall, and you're not making any more progress and you're really hungry to grow and 10x your income, then this is the right place for you. My name is Ryan Allen Melchione, and I want to take a moment before we get started just to thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to share with you the strategies and techniques that have positively shaped my life and career in sales. I really respect you as the kind of person that really wants to change the quality of your life, that you want to take action and do something about it. I want to believe that we all have dreams, and that deep down in all of us, we all have a special gift. And it's my goal to help awaken that person within and help change the quality of your career and life. It's been my passion, my goal, and my deepest desire to help you and as many people as possible. And I'm not trying to impress you with how much I've accomplished in my life or how much I know. What I've created in my life is very simple, and that's why it'll work for you. Welcome to another edition of Mastering Influence Home Security Sales. In this video, we're going to demonstrate the two-way voice and cellular pitch. And if you haven't watched the importance of the two-way voice and cellular pitch, then please stop this video. Please go back and watch that first. Thank you. So let's begin. Now I'm going to talk in a way that I'm really talking to the customer, but I'm also talking to you. So try to differentiate the difference. But for the most part, it's going to be mainly for the customer. And what you want to do is listen to this about 10,000 times, as much as you possibly can. Because you're not going to benefit unless you put it into practice, like I always say at the end of my videos. You really need to understand how important this is. And if you learn this word for word, I promise it'll change your life. So let's begin. So back in the day, a ton of people had a home security system. Back then you had to pre-wire, no. So back in the day, very few people had a home security system. Back then it was very difficult because you had to pre-wire your system, you had to pre-wire your house, you had to be really rich to be able to afford to tear up your house and have a home security system. So back then only like 1% of the entire country had home security. So what happened when the alarm went off? Well, you're going to go check on it right away, right, if you're a cop, because it's a pretty rare thing. You're like, oh, those rich people are getting robbed, we better go check on it, right? Well, let's fast forward all the way to 2018, modern times. And unfortunately, there's tons of security systems out there. Again, if you're with the customer, point. Look at all those security signs, right? The thing is, it's so popular because it's so cheap, and because of the wireless technology, a lot of people have home security systems. Well, I don't know if you know, but according to the FBI, 90% of the time when an alarm system goes off, it's a false alarm. From kids, grandmothers, faulty systems, bad wiring, people just not knowing how to use it, 90% of the time when an alarm goes off, it's a false alarm. So if you're a police officer and you have a ton of systems that are going off left and right all day long, what are you going to think when you get a call from an alarm company? What are you going to do? Well, you're probably going to think it's another false alarm, so you're going to take your time, right? You're going to go to more pressing matters, like the accident on the highway, the shooting over there, the domestic abuse, I'm going to go pull somebody over. Do a lot more crazy pressing things before they actually get to your house. You see, when I'm finally done with all that, then I'll come to your house and tell everyone how it was just another false alarm. See, I don't know if you know, but the one-way, unverified response time with an alarm company for a cop to get to your house is 45 minutes to an hour before the police, fire, ambulance actually show up at your house. It's incredible. So let's do a little role play here. And I'll always pause between every single story, between everything I say, because I really want them to understand and comprehend everything that I'm trying to break down to them, so that it really touches their heart and mind, soul, whatever you want to call it, so they could really understand and it hits home. Because once they understand everything that you're trying to tell them, that's when they move to action. And in our job, we're trying to get them to move in the direction of signing up for a home security system. So I'll turn to them and I'll say, So let's do a little role play here. Let's say it's 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, in the morning, and you and your family are upstairs sleeping. And someone comes by and they kick in your front door. Now, guys, no matter where I am, I don't care if I'm at the front door, I'm inside the house at this point, I'm slamming on the table, I'm slamming on the door, I'm slamming on the window, anywhere I am, even sometimes I'll stomp on the floor. I want them to get the hint that this is a serious thing. I want them to be leaning in and trying to listen, and then out of nowhere they kick back in their chair because you just startled them, okay? So make sure whatever you do, you have to hit something. Hit it, don't break their table, don't break their door or window, but hit it with some strength. Hit it with some strength. And then I'll turn to them and say, what would you do? What are you going to do? And I'll pause. Do not respond for them. That's a big mistake some of my sales team makes. That's a big mistake I used to make. Do not answer for them. Unless it's like 10 minutes going by, do your very best to stay silent. Let them respond. Even just saying it here with you guys through this video, start to hear your heart racing, right? And then I'll turn to them and say, see, what's going to happen is the alarm company is going to call your cell phone. But let me ask you, are you going to want to answer that phone if you have 2 men in your house tonight walking around? Allow for that response. Probably not, right? So it's probably going to go to what? Voicemail. So you're going to keep quiet to keep the family safe. So what's going to happen is Xfinity or basic ADT, our cheap landline system, is going to call the police and say, hey, the alarm is going off over at Steve's house. I don't know if it's a real alarm or a false alarm, but hey, when you get a chance, can you get over there and see what's going on? Again, if you were a cop and all you got were false alarm after false alarm after false alarm all day, what are you going to think? It's probably another what? Make sure you allow for that response, guys. False alarm, right? So you're probably going to take your time, right? You're going to go to more pressing things, like the accident on the highway, the shooting at the gas station, the domestic abuse over there, pull somebody over, do a lot more pressing things before they actually get to your house to tell everyone how it was just another false alarm, right? Can you imagine hiding under your bed or behind your bathroom door with a bat, praying that the police find them before they find you and your family? What if it takes them 45 minutes to an hour or more for them to get to your house? I can guarantee that they'll find you and your family and do whatever they want to you guys before the police finds them. That's why I say, why the rest of my customers say, why would you pay 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, any amount of money a month for a security company that's not going to protect your family? It doesn't make any sense. Like buying a car without brakes, right? It looks nice, runs nice, but when you need it most, it does not do what it's supposed to do. And then I'll turn to them and say, I'll pause. I'll turn to them and say, I'm not the cheapest. If you want the cheapest, I'm the wrong person for you. But I am the best company in the world, and here's why. Let me show you how our system works. With our upgraded intercom with two-way voice and cellular, which is kind of like OnStar on your car or Siri on your iPhone in a way. Same scenario, 3 a.m. Someone comes by and kicks in your front door. Again, you need to slam the table again, guys. Because you want to make sure they're paying attention as best as they possibly can. With their even short attention span, you want them to be focused on what you're saying. Because where focus goes, energy flows, right? And you want all the energy to be derived to what you're trying to say to the customer, okay? So same scenario, 3 in the morning, somebody comes by, kicks in your front door. But this time, someone comes out of our loudspeaker and says, it's ADT, identify yourself. They're looking for you to say, hey, it's a false alarm. No need to send anybody by. Here's the verbal password. But in most cases, they're listening for, and that's when I'll stomp on the floor, footsteps going through your house, screaming, yelling, gunshots, you just saying, hey, there's a man inside my house, I need the police here right away. Anything that tells ADT that there's something going down in your house. This way, when they call the police, they actually have actual facts. This way, when they call them, they can say, hey, she said there was a man in the house. I heard the yelling. I heard the screaming. I need you to get over there as fast as possible. And I'll turn to the customer and say, if you were a cop and you had those kind of details, how quick would you get to your house? 90 miles an hour, lights on, guns out, right? You see, the average response time, because it's verified with real facts, that there's a real emergency going down in your house, is 3 minutes or less. So let me ask you, at 3 a.m., which system would you rather have? Two-way voice or Xfinity or some basic system? Of course, two-way voice. And then on top of that, do you also know why our upgraded system is better? Oh yeah, I know what you're thinking. But wait, there's more. Oh, absolutely. You see, Xfinity and basic ADT, they run off of your Wi-Fi and landline wired systems. So if I'm a thief and I came by and I chopped your wires, you lose your security, right? If a drunk driver smashes into a pole and your Wi-Fi goes down, your Wi-Fi runs off your electricity, you lose power, you lose your security. If I'm a thief and I came by with a little device I can buy on Amazon, shut off your internet, you lose your security. You see, these things are unreliable and they can be easily disarmed. But see, my system, we don't need Wi-Fi, and even up to 7 days, we don't even need electricity. My system runs off of the cell phone towers. So even if you guys lost power or Wi-Fi, my system will always continue to run. There's no possible way you could ever shut it down or turn it off. And that is a two-way voice pitch and scenario. So remember guys, everything I teach is only effective if you put it into practice. I hope someday I have the opportunity to meet you personally where you can share with me the story of your life success. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe for more content. And I'd really love to know what I said that really resonated with you, inspired you, motivated you, or had an impact on you. What was the most important message that you got from this video? I'm going to join in the discussion with you. But I also ask that you guys please take the time to share this video with everyone in your company, your manager, anybody that could possibly benefit. I thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for sharing, for watching, and remember, continue to smile, laugh, and live with joy. And I'll see you soon. Now this is a two-way voice and cellular pitch part 2. And the reason I'm doing this twice is because I really want to make sure this pitch hits home. I want you to hear it twice. Now before I was just kind of breaking it down, I was talking to you, the customer, going back and forth through the video, and I'm not sure if you were to miss a couple things. So I just want to run it down as if I'm literally just talking to the customer. I'm not going to talk to you guys. I want you to see the very, very benefits of literally memorizing this entire pitch and how it'll change your life in the security sales industry. Okay. So I'll turn to the customer and say, let's say that you guys, well, let me ask you, have you guys ever heard of something called two-way voice and cellular? No? Okay. Well, let's say that you guys told me that you want the cheapest possible monthly that you have to offer. Or you guys looked at the monthly payment that I'm offering and you're saying that's double compared to what I actually thought I was going to have to pay. Or you tell me that you want to do your research or you want to go get Xfinity Home Security. If you told me that, I'd shake your hand and tell you to have a good day. Because although it's all about the sale, to me, I sell ethically. So I don't believe in anything that doesn't have two-way voice and cellular. And here's why. Let's say that you and your family are finally living inside this beautiful home and you guys have basic ADT, our cheap landline system, or you have Xfinity installed in your house today. And it's 3 a.m. and somebody comes by and they kick in your front door. What would you do? What would you do? Go check on the kids, grab a gun, grab a knife, maybe hide under the bed, go in the bathroom, hide in the tub behind the bathroom door, lock, go run downstairs, go have a shootout with the guy. What would you do? A lot of things would be running through your head, right? Heart racing. Maybe you're praying that the police find them before they find you, because that's why you're paying for a home security system. But what's going to happen is basic ADT or Xfinity or any other security company, they're going to call your cell phone. But let me ask you, if it's 3 a.m. tonight and you have 2 men walking through your house, drug addicts that you do not know, are you going to want to be talking on the phone? Probably not, right? But why not? Because not only are they going to know your home, they're going to know exactly where you are, exactly where you're at, right? So you're probably going to let that phone call go to voicemail, right? But see, I don't know if you know, but 90% of the time when an alarm goes off, it's a false alarm. And 40% of the country has home security, heck of a lot of people. And it's a false alarm from kids, grandmothers, faulty systems, people not knowing how to use it, bad wiring. 90% of the time when an alarm goes off, it's a false alarm. So if you were a cop in Pensacola or Philadelphia, wherever you're at, and all you got were false alarm after false alarm after false alarm all day, and basic ADT or Xfinity or some other security company calls you at 3 in the morning saying, hey, they didn't pick up their phone, I don't know if it's a real alarm or a false alarm, but hey, when you get a chance, can you get over there and see what's going on? What are you going to think? It's probably another what? What? It's probably another false alarm. So you're probably going to take your time. You're going to go to more pressing matters like the shooting at the gas station, or the accident on the highway, pull somebody over, do a lot more pressing things before they actually get to your house. See, I don't know if you know, but the average response time for the police, fire, or ambulance to actually get to your house with a one-way, unverified alarm response is 45 minutes to an hour or more before the police, fire, ambulance actually show up at your house. See, in that scenario, I can guarantee the thief and the drug addicts find you and your family and do whatever they want to you guys before the police finds them. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not the cheapest. If you want the cheapest, I'm the wrong person for you. But I am the best security company in the world, and here's why. And for that exact reason, that's why me and the rest of my customers say, why would you pay 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, any money a month for a security company that's not going to protect your family? It just doesn't make any sense. But again, here's how my system works. Same scenario, 3 a.m., you and your family are sleeping here, but you have two-way voice and cellular this time. Somebody comes by and they kick in your front door, but in this scenario, someone's coming out of our live two-way voice keypad, and they're saying it's ADT, identify yourself. They're looking for you to say, hey, it's a false alarm, no need to send anybody by, here's the verbal password. But in most cases, they're listening for footsteps going through your house, screaming, yelling, gunshots, you just fighting, your wife saying, hey, there's a man in the house, I need the police here right away. Anything that tells ADT, some action, that there's something going down in your house. This way, when they call the police, they can say, hey, she said there was a man in the house, I heard the screaming, I heard the yelling, I heard the gunshots, I heard the footsteps, I need you to get over there as fast as possible. If you were a cop in Philly and you had those kind of details, how quick would you get to your house? How quick would you get here? Well, pretty quick, right? 90 miles an hour, lights on, guns out. You see, because it's verified, because we have real facts and details to share with the police department, the average response time, according to the FBI, with two-way voice is 3 minutes or less. So let me ask you, at 3 a.m., which system would you rather have? Two-way voice or some basic system? Of course, the two-way voice. Because in that scenario, I can guarantee the police find them before they find you and your family. And on top of that, my system is cellular. So let's say you had basic ADT. It's very simple for somebody to come by and clip your wire. It's running off of wires throughout your entire house, your landline system. Or if you had Xfinity, it runs off of your Wi-Fi. So if a drunk driver comes by and he smashes into the telephone pole, you lose power, you lose your Wi-Fi, you lose your security. I could buy something on Amazon right now, walk up to your door, disarm your Wi-Fi from right where I'm at. Or if you guys lost power, lost Wi-Fi, no matter what happened, you have to realize, sir, that it's extremely easy to be disarmed or to shut off. But see, my system, we don't need electricity up to 7 days, even if you lost power, and we don't run off Wi-Fi. My system runs off of the cell phone towers. So even if you guys lost power or internet, there's no possible way we could ever be shut down. No matter what, my system will always continue to run. And that's why two-way voice and cellular is the very best system that you could possibly ever have. Does that make sense? So guys, I really hope you got the point. This is one of the best, most powerful pitches that you could ever tell anybody. This will change your life as far as sales. I just wanted to make this extra video just to emphasize, run off my dome. I may have missed a couple things, may have added a couple things, but for the most part, if you say it word for word, you take your time and cut off every possibility, but utilizing this cutting edge technology and memorizing every single part of this pitch, I can guarantee you'll never get it canceled. They're never going to look in the mail or think about the flyers on the TV. They're only going to think about what you had to offer them and why they got the very best home security system. So please take the time out of your life, listen to this 10,000 times, and do your very best to memorize this pitch.